Very simple. I'm sure if everyone was to look around here and you look at the colors of the EFF, you'll find black, green, and gold. They've got nothing. They've got no ideas. They even went as far as stealing the resolution. Whatever the EFF, if you listen exactly to what the EFF has been saying all along, and you take the resolution of the ANC Youth League Congress in Galag and you compare the two, there's no difference. So
I just want to say,
in essence, the EFF can't offer you anything that the ANC does not have.
all right.
My name is Tukelo Nshapo. I'm a postgraduate student in this university. Can I continue with my
Please
question?
continue. Please continue with your question.
Okay, my name is Tukelo Nshapo. It's very difficult to speak.
We can hear you, so just speak.
My name is Tukelo Nshapo. I'm a postgraduate student in this university. When we ask for free education, I've got 3 degrees, all of which I passed on record time. When we asked for free education, the ANC government gave us loans. I have a loan of 80,000 rand on my name, and I'm not paying for e-tolls. But my question is to you, Comrade Floyd. Some analysts, Comrade Floyd, are saying our manifesto is going to bankrupt the country in 5 years. Comrade Floyd, I'm a graduate and I'm unemployed. You must tell me, why must I vote for you? And how are you planning to fund your manifesto?
That's a great question. All right, only 1 minute. Let's put it to Mr. Shivambu.
There's a question about job creation and how are we going to fund our manifesto. Our manifesto is dedicated extensively to how we need to have strategic control of the natural resources so that we can beneficiate and industrialize South Africa's minerals locally. That is going to create lots of job opportunities. Number 2, what we're going to do as EFF, we're going to end these EPWP work opportunities and then make them real sustainable jobs for all the people to be able to have access to them. Now, number 3, what we're going to do as EFF, we're going to make sure that the capacity of the South African economy to absorb the entirety of its workforce is expanded. What has been happening for the past 10 years is that we've been extracting minerals like a colonial economy and throw them into the sea and they come back as something else. Now we're saying that as EFF, we need to take ownership of those strategic resources so that we can locally beneficiate and industrialize them. And our position on education is very clear, that we are going to provide free quality education up until university level. Number 2, we're going to create a scholarship which is going to send a minimum of 15,000 students to the best universities across the world to gain skills. That is what all developed and industrialized and successful countries have done. And as EFF government, we're going to make sure that we expand the capacity of our post-secondary training and education capacity to train as many people as possible.
I'll allow the DA to respond to that.
I'm very happy that that gentleman asked this question because I think everyone in the country wants to know how the EFF is going to actually do this. So it's very nice to say that you want to do this. We all want to do that. But how is the EFF proposing that it's going to do it? Because firstly, we know that wherever there's been nationalization, Congo, Zimbabwe, even Brazil now, it has dismally failed. In South Africa, we don't even have to look far. Alesco, which I remember Julius Malema praising in 2010 as a great mine, folded because it was no longer able to fund its operations once it actually got nationalized. So there is no example that the EFF can give where this has actually worked to the way that it's been able to grow the economy. All that it's been able to do is benefit the people that are going to be holding those strings, and that would be Floyd and that would be Julius Malema. And what we know is that Julius Malema is not somebody that we want controlling our money. I hope that the gentleman that asked the question has done economics as one of his many degrees, because then he would know that the plans that the EFF has put down on this manifesto have not been costed, which is why top economists are saying that it would actually bankrupt the country within 3 years. And that is something that is completely problematic for us as young people. And let me tell you that the DA...
No, your time is up. Mr. Modise?
Yeah, no, thank you very much. I did not want to speak on this issue because I felt that once in my life I'm going to hear the how part of the EFF manifesto. Because what they've been saying is the 5 whiskies, but there's no hotel. They're going to do this when, where, why, and how. The how part has never been explained.
Okay, I'll allow Mr. Shivambu to explain. I think that's the feedback we're getting on Twitter. Is people want to know how.
This is what happens, right? I'm sure Bones is speaking like that because the Freedom Charter, which he is supposed to be believing in that position, speaks about transfer of mineral wealth and banks to the ownership of the people as a whole. How are we going to do that? There's current legislation called the Minerals and Petroleum Resources Development Act, which gives the state the rights of all minerals. And the state can always change that legislation to say that a certain percentage of all mining activities must belong to the state. Already some of the amendments that have been proposed now are not decisive, but they are saying that we need to have, at petroleum level, 20% state control. Now, as EFF was saying that as a gradual intervention now, we need to have 60% control of all the mines in South Africa so that we can have the mines benefiting South Africa. What has happened thus far is that South Africa is not generating enough money out of mining. We're only generating 25 billion rands, which can't even fund an education department of KwaZulu-Natal only. And we've got a situation where we can be able to deal with this differential.
All right, let's go back to the floor. I'm sure on that particular question, there will be a lot of debates, and I'm sure we're not going to be able to get all the comprehensive answers. We want to get through as many questions as well. So we'll leave it there for now. You can handle it in rebuttal if you want to. Let's take another question.
I want to believe the question about the corruption would have been better suited for the EFF, because this is a political party. This is a political party that is led by a fellow who has never worked in his life but owes a taxman 16 million. Now you must ask yourself, how is that possible? That a person that has never worked is able to owe 16 million to a taxman.